Hi everyone, I would like to introduce myself. I am Lohiman. ID is 9006250850960001 and my course is Echo of Teaching Primary Education. Okay, let me start my speech. Okay, now is I would like to ask you what is nature? Is nature important to us? What is the benefit can we get from nature? Today I would like to take this opportunity to share my aspirations, speak about the nature always below humans. With the growing economy and demographic pressures, the situation of forest disappears and forest destruction is becoming more and more serious. An important reason for the major destruction of forest resources is deforestation, which is proven by the phenomenon of deforestation. Focus on the cause of this phenomenon to carry out analysis and forest resources protection strategy to forward to put forward a few suggestions. Brush forest. This is a brush forest, including tree, woodland, and wildlife, plants, and microorganisms. This is a microorganisms that depends on forest, tree, and woodlands for their survival. The forest is the early home of mankind. Fruit and crops are derived for this, although our ancestors moved out of the forest, we still rely on the forest to provide the needs of life, forests, and humans for a long time ago has become an integral part. However, due to the large consumption and destruction of forest temple resources, the forest area on the Earth is getting smaller and smaller year by year, which cause many environmental problems such as drought and less rain, climate warming, soil erosion, sandstorm, and increased air pollution. The forest is a healing place for humans and the best place for climber and forest explorers. Often uncivilized people would abuse the forest with illegal art. For example, the inscriptions behind the collection of forest grass and wood, even forest assume littering and so on, which have caused damage to a very large number of these species. For example, in Malaysia, this is a tropical rainforest country, and the place of the forest is also particularly much more like watching and proportional, like Forest Resource Institute Malaysia, Selangor, Taman Negara, Spring Pahang Kelantan, and Terengganu, the Lower Belum State Park, Perak, and so on. Okay, this is the Lower Belum at the Perak, and this is the island for the place. In addition, people's moral values and humans' value are getting reduced. They were completely is a very complete awake to the damage and destruction of the forest. Even more serious is the illegal felling of trees, disrupting the ecology balance of forests. These crises have led to forests, for example, animals losing their original habitat and facing extinctions, the mountain suddenly falling apart. According to the Bureau of Meteorology, climate change is this threat affecting the bushfire in Australia, and the fire seasons are becoming increasing longer and more severe. Australia is already the driest continent on the planet and one of countries that are more vulnerable to climate change in the developed world. This is Australia when the burning seasons. Okay, here is the forest for the Australia. During the month of November, Australia experienced their lower level of rainfall, which was less than 1.9 inches. Those of the interest regions, the Earth coast of Australia has been experiencing a drought for 3 years now, and these have created the perfect conditions for a large fire season. Unfortunately, above average temperatures are escaped throughout January with causes corner for continuations of the fire, and also they lost their life. The most regrettable thing is the wild animals that have been burnt dead by this long speeding fire. Now the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed 21 March the International Day of Forests in 2012. The day celebrates and raises awareness of the importance of all types of forests. On each International Day of Forests, countries are encouraged to undertake local, national, and international efforts to organize activities involving forests and trees, such as tree planting campings. The themes for each International Day of Forests is chosen by the Collaborative Partnership on Forests. The theme for 2021 is Forest Restoration, a part of recovery and well-being. In the pandemic COVID-19, our government implementing of MCO, now the forest ecology environment of the forest is gradually disrupted. This is a societies for the company for Department of Environment and the Natural Resources. We must respond to environmental protection activities from time to time, reduce the use of plastic bags and switch to environmental protect bags. Okay. Educational institutions can include environmental awareness courses in school so that our next generation of children can understand garbage steering and love nature. Besides, the food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations attribute the forest and landscape restoration machinery during the 22 seasons of the Community of Forestry in June 2014. The FLRM is built on the advantage of a UN agency with expertise and experience in several of the land use sector and this extensive network on country, sub-regional and regional office. Okay. Here have some suggestions for me. The suggested that environmental capacity be studied to ensure the suitable use of tourist resources. As we all know, the environment of tourist scenic area for the purification capacity of pollution such as well as for the ability of tourists to undertake there are certain limit certain limit okay. Don't throw everywhere the rubbish and we get the campings for to keep clear and the rubbish from the forest. Therefore, once the number of tourists is too crowded, the flow of people cannot open. That means cannot go inside too much people will invariably trample on the Sydney area of green land, flower bed, gardens, and even often lands to tourist facilitators, lotus palm, water tanks, flower and trees, pavilions and pavilions damage. At the same time, too much tourists accompanied by it to abandon the land, noise exceeds the standard and so on. It can be seen that the field of peoples exceeds the normal allowable limit of the environment. It will inevitably product national ecology, pollution and destruction, but also can contain the occurrence of danger. Moreover, we should strengthen publicity and education to enhance human consciousness of property, protecting the environment. Let those who are unsurvived damage to the environment, pollution of environmental scenery, plants and natural sanitations, and so on. We also can make reduce the threat and the discretion to nature. On the other hand, relevant government educational institutions should be strengthened publicity on the protection of the environment and trying to improve the resources of caring for natural areas. In addition, we can disseminate knowledge about greening the environment in the mass media and hence encourage people to respond to natural life loving activities such as we can make the education peoples make the poster for to save the world or save the forest, or we got the camping for the clear forest or clear the waterfall. This is also the natural roving activities. Lastly, I'm very grateful to be able to explain my task. So, if any question, I would stop at here and thank you for your us. Thank you.